So I'm talking with Efren. It's 3/13/2025, and I want to go over this SPY bounce that I had piss poor execution. Um, Ultimately, I ended up, netting about $1,000. And if I would have done it correctly, I would have netted about $20,000. But what I've been doing is I've been buying like 50 lots, 25 lots, and playing relatively smaller. And this morning, I'm like, all right, I'm willing to trade bigger today. I'm willing to go after it a little bit more. Uh, and I think on the day I'm like pretty green. Yeah, pretty green. I've hit a few bounces. Got Nvidia pretty well. Played Nvidia pretty well. But this is what was going through my mind when I was buying the spot. So I want to get bigger. I want to buy more. I'm willing to buy it in 4 lots. And what I've been previously doing is two. So I would be like, all right, I'm going to buy either 50 and 50 or 25 and 25. It's normally been probably 25 25 most of the time, 50 50 when it's a little bit more confident. And so I was like, all right, I want to buy 4 lots and I'll get up to 200 options. So let me buy 50 50 50 50. Right? So four 50s. Well, I bought two 50s above 550. And I was like, all right, I'm okay with a little bit of heat here. And I want to buy when it cracks 550, right? That's the plan. It cracks 550, I buy my additional 50, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. But the entire time, I am looking at everything that goes against my position. What I mean by that is like I'm focusing on the lion, right? Like I'm like, whoa, there's a lion, even though there's a cage, even though this is what I've said I'm gonna do. I couldn't get my mind off the line. So I actually scratched the other 50 and said, you know what? There's just no buying. All I could think about was the negative. And so at that point, it wasn't about making money anymore. It was about, all right, let me work my position to break even, right? You know what I mean? Like we get to that point and it's like you're no longer mentally even capable of making money because you just want to get out at break even. And so it's like I took the 50 that I got on the dip and I was like, all right, yeah, okay, okay, that worked out. Okay, well, this one's right at even. Okay, let me get out of this one. It's right at even. And then we get that little pop, and I'm like, oh, this one, I'm gonna lose like 10 cents on this one. Let me get out. And so my whole paradigm was about fear, even though I tried this morning to prepare myself for this moment. Isn't that funny? Like all this morning, that's what I was trying to prepare myself for. But obviously I did. And so it's just the habitual pattern and the safety of what I've been doing. I guarantee you, if I would have played this as, 50-50 or 25-25, and I would have done the same routine that I've been having, I would have made a bunch of money. I'd made 5, 6, 7, 8 grand. But I've swapped up what I've been doing. It's different from what is normal, and I just couldn't get the brain to focus on the reward. It was strictly focused on the fear. So anyway, the reason I wanted to share this with you, especially, is the PTSD that we go through in life is real. Man, it's hard to not let it control you at times. Yeah, right. And it's not even about that. Which is funny, Justin. It's like that's the thing. It's like I think I was down like 4 or 5 grand. Well, I wasn't even close to mine. You know what I mean? It wasn't even about money at that point for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't. That's what I was trying to get myself to do. And at that point, it wasn't even about that. It wasn't even about money. It was like I felt danger from somewhere. It wasn't about the money. There was something about it that I felt danger. I don't know what it was. you know. So anyway, does anybody have any questions or want me to explain anything deep in more detail? I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I'm going to try to handle trading differently and a little bit more aggressively, a little bit bigger size. To the up or to the down. I mean, I don't care which way we trade it, but yep, yep.
Quantify when actually buy the dip below the 50.
Um, the the question for the recording is, he says, "Hey, I said that I wanted to buy a crack of this 50." He said, "When do you buy it? And when do you not buy it?" Right there's your 50. And so what I'm looking for here is 50 is a pretty, you know, round number where you get a lot of people to stop out, and so it's like kind of a wash and replaying is what you want to look for. So there's two different ways to play it. As the 50 crack and it holds, that's where I would buy it. So literally when you're cracking it right here and it's not washing, that's a buy. Does that make sense? Like one of two things is going to happen. You're going to get a panic wash, and then that's a buy, but you let it wash out. Or if it doesn't panic wash, you buy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's
Like this one, did you buy it on handle up?
let's see.
Let me give you. I realized I'm actually good as if I was thinking, I saw the 50 that handle handle reclaims 50. Then I'll get in the next handle. Just I'm probably gonna get on top of that handle.
Yeah. So like when
And
you
then when it
buy
comes
it,
back down, 50 left. Where's the negative?
yeah, yeah. So my timing was 49. I just sold some more Nvidia guys. Um, but my time was 49. My time was here. This one right. Um,
Because handle
yeah, yeah, it's exactly what. It's like I'm like, bam, there it goes. Okay, let's give it a minute, see if it's gonna flush. No flush, no flush. Okay, market order in. Um, so the buys for me and the other 50 that I was going to buy, like my last buy, is just in case I mistime this. Let's say it was going to flush. Sometimes I'll be like, because you don't want it to flush too far. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, it came down to 549.05. If it starts flushing even further, then it's like, all right, you're not going to get this quick break and read. So it's it's the idea of what is happening with everybody else. And what's made it so hard today is exactly the fact that we just didn't flush. So this from here, right? We got this little break of this channel, and then it flushed here, right? And then look at this low. All it did was flush like right here, and then look at this low. All it are these flushes? I guess they're tiny flushes, not real flushes. If I'm looking to buy a yin to the yang type move, I want this sucker to like move. You know what I mean? Like, yo, yeah, it's just it's this is the slow grind of death, right? That's what makes it hard. And so, like on this one, it's like, all right, well, we haven't been flushing all day. Maybe this is finally the bottom. I'll buy, and then I'll add again if it does roll over. But all of that, what you were talking about, it's like all every I was noticing everything wrong with the bounce play instead of the possibility, and that's what kept me from making money. No, it's the idea was safety, and like I didn't even like going back and looking at it now. I didn't even have the ability to make. My mental state wouldn't allow me. Right, JP? You just pull to like 520. You know what I mean? Like let's just get it over with. But we will get a counter trend bounce, and I think it is coming in the next few days. Maybe we need a headline or something. And if I'm wrong, then if I'm wrong, I'm willing to lose money on the longer dated positions that I'm getting like out there. That is Wednesday. Okay, I'll stop this recording.